Good morning to morning all present here. I am Sumithra, working as an associate professor in RMD Engineering College. Now in this video, I am going to give a lecture regarding the third unit of principles of management, that is nothing but organizing. So we all know that organizing is one of the primary function of management, followed by planning. And even after having a proper planning in an organization, if the things are not properly organized, then there is a big problem with that organization in achieving the target. So, in this unit, we are going to see the importance of organizing along with what are the characteristics and what are the different natures of organizing and how the different forms of organizing is taking place in each and every organization like that. So first of all, we need to know what is organizing in general. So if you're talking about organizing, it is nothing but a process by which top level people, most probably the managers, will establish a working relationship among the employees working in that organization to achieve the objectives set by the organization. So there exists a lot of definitions given by a different person, and according to Kuhn's, according to Kuhn's, organizing is a process which involves the grouping of the activities necessary to accomplish the goals and the plans, and the assignment of these activities to the appropriate departments, and also the provision of authority, delegation, and the coordination. And like that, each and every author will have their own definition according to the perspective. And now, next coming to the uh, importance of organizing, and it is also lying in deciding how best to group the organizational activities and resources. And next comes the nature of organizing. So the organizing nature depends upon the person who are working in that organization and how the work is getting divided and how the coordination is getting involved in case of an organization in a particular task, and how the communication is taking place, and how the delegation of authority is taking place, how far the rules and regulations of the organizations are carried out, and how the environment is presented in that condition and all. So let me explain about each and everything in detail. So coming to the division of work, which plays a vital role in deciding the nature of any organization. So it forms the basis of organization, and in other words, we can say that no organization can exist without the division of work. So since we all know that it's a fact, or otherwise you can say, objectives of an organization can never be completed or can never be achieved with a single person. It might require some group of people. If the group of people is properly selected, and if the work is allotted to them or divided to them in accordance to their abilities, then only we can able to attain the objectives. So under each and every division, under the division of work, the entire work of the business, or otherwise the entire objective of the organization, is divided into many departments, and then the work of each department is further subdivided into the subtask or the subwork if it is necessary. And in that case, each and every individual has to do their work repeatedly, which gradually makes a person as an expert. So then coming to the coordination, every organization should ensure that the work of all the person depending on each other's work, even though it happens to be a different one. So the work of one person starts from where the work of another person can end. So under organization, different persons are assigned with different works, but the aim of an overall organization is that to some extent the attainment of the objectives of an enterprise need to be satisfied. So the non-completion, or if there exists some non-completion of the work by any person, definitely it will affect the work of other. So therefore, every individual need to complete his work on time and doesn't affect or hinder the work of the others. So next, coming to the group of person or plurality of the person, and we all know that an organization may consist of a group of person who assemble to fulfill a common purpose. Even though each and everyone will assign with an individual task, the overall objective is to obtain the goals or the objectives of that organization. And then coming to the common objectives, and these common objectives are nothing but the various parts of an organization with the different functions, so that it can perform with all the move in the direction of achieving a general objective. And then any organization should have well-defined authority and responsibility. So each and every organization should have a chain to be established within the different post or different position, right from the top to the bottom, and that there will be an authority and responsibility of every post. So in general, we can also define like that every individual working in an organization is given some authority, and for that efficient work performance. And next, coming to the structure of the organization, and the relationship that exists between the persons working on the different posts is decided based on the structure of the organization, and it has to be decided as who will be the superior and who will be the subordinate. And giving the top level post and the lower level post, everybody is somebody superior and somebody subordinate, definitely. So the person belonging to the top level post has no superior, and the person working in the lower level post has no subordinate under them. Uh, so these are all the things which I have explained now. And next, coming to the importance of organizing, why an organizing plays a vital role in a management as a primary function. So first one, it is required in order to facilitate the administrative process, whatever may be the organization, whether it is dealing with a product oriented one or a service oriented one, it should facilitate a proper administration. And next one, it encourages the growth and the diversification of the organization, in the sense, what to say, if there exists a proper organization structure in an enterprise, definitely there should be a diversification factor, and also it should promote the innovative and creative thinking of each and every individual, so that the encouragement and the diversification factor regarding the growth will be happening. And then, if you have a proper organized structure which has been clearly elaborated or clearly insisted to the other fellow working in that organization, it will obviously result in optimum usage of the technology. Not only the technology, it also deals with it also getting related with the human resources and also the financial product, whatever it may be. So optimization of the available resources, men and material, everything should be done only when there exists a proper organizing structure. And at the same time, it also stimulates the innovation and technology. And it also ensures that it will provide a pathway for the each and every person working in that organization to stimulate their innovation and technology, since each and every person getting related with the job which has been assigned to them will be a technified one, and although they possess some enough skills, the innovation and technology seems to be improved, and also it improves encourages the human to attain a good human relationship, and also provides the continuity of the enterprise. At last, finally, we need to coordinate the work done by or the task done by each and every department in order to attain the overall objectives of the organization. Next, coming to the process or otherwise the steps getting involved in the organization. First, coming to the identification of the activities. So, organization is nothing but a process of different four different steps. First one, we need to identify what are all the activities required in order to obtain the organizational objectives. And then, after identifying the activities required to attain the goals of the organization, we need to list the activities, or we need to group the activities which are similar in nature. So, after grouping of the activities, we have to go with the delegation of authority. We all well know that what is delegation of authority, that is assigning certain responsibility to some person. It may be a subordinate. A manager can assign some authority, can delegate some authority to a subordinate to take care of an individual backlog. So, after identifying the activities required to achieve the common objective of an organization, we need to group the activities which are having the similar nature. And then, after grouping the activities, then we need to assign the delegation, that is, the delegation of authority for the subordinates, and thereby the duties assigned to the subordinates can be done in an effective manner. So, these are the four different steps getting involved in the um, process of organization. So the first step in building an organization is that to determine the objectives. So it is based on the objectives of the enterprise. The structure can be determined by the management only after knowing the objective. So we have to frame the organization so that it will achieve the enterprise objectives with minimum cost and effort. So the determination of the objectives will consist in deciding how to achieve or why the proposed organization is to be set up, and therefore what will be the nature of the work can be accomplished throughout the organization, like that. And then classification means it is getting something like closely related and similar activities are grouped into divisions and departments, and hence the departmental activities are further divided into the sections. So coming to the assignment of duties, here, the specific job assignments are made to the different subordinates for ensuring a certainty of the work performance. So, each individual should be given a specific job to do according to his ability, and he must be made responsible for that job also. So, he or she should be given the adequate authority at the same time to do the job assigned to them. And according to Kimbali, organization embraces the duties of designating the departments and the personnel that are to carry on the work, defining their functions, and specifying the relations that are to exist between the department and individuals. So the delegation of authority is so many individuals work in the same organization. So it is the responsibility of the management to lay down the structure of relationship in the organization. So authority without the responsibility is a dangerous thing, and similarly, responsibility without authority is like just an empty vessel. So everybody should clearly know to whom he is accountable, and the corresponding to the responsibility, authority is delegated to the subordinate for enabling them to show the work performance. Next, coming to the organizational structure. So this is nothing but a framework within which an organization arranges its lines of authorities and communication so that they can allocate the rights and the duties accordingly. So it is not necessary that all the organization will have a same structure. It depends upon the size of the organization also. So next, coming to the types of organization, the main types of formal and informal organization. So formal organization is the one which refers to the structure of the jobs and the positions with clearly defined functions and relationships as prescribed by the top level management. So this is the one in which we have a structure, a formalized structure to take care of the functions required to attain the organizational objectives. So according to Bernard, he defined the formal organization as a system which consists of consciously coordinated activities or the forces of two or more person, or it is deliberately designed to achieve some particular objectives. It also refers to the structure of well-defined jobs, each bearing a definite measure of authority, responsibility, and accountability. So coming to the characteristics and characteristics of an organization like a formal one, and this type of organization is built by the management to realize the objectives of an enterprise, and it is also bounded by certain rules, systems, and procedures, and everybody is assigned a certain responsibility for the performance of the given task and the given required amount of authority also for carrying out the same. So this type of organization doesn't bother about the sentiments of the organization members. Rather than they depends upon the performance of the job. They will more concentrate only on the job to be performed, but not on the individual who are supposed to perform the jobs. And regarding the advantages, it makes it easier to review because since there exists a structurized manner in which the works are allotted for the different member, then for anyone it's easier to review and revise the organization with the changing requirements. And it also provides a clarity on what support and input that each employee can expect from the others so that they can expect it from the others, right? And at the same time, it promotes the discipline also. And if suppose if there is a organization without any structurized manner, then there will be difficulty regarding employees to agree between themselves and duties and responsibilities of each, right? So these are the advantages of formal organization. And coming to the disadvantages, since there exists a structured manner for carrying out the jobs, it doesn't allow the flexibility, and it also lessen the scope of creativity because each and every person has to take care of the job which has been assigned to them irrespective of whether he is capable or not. So creativity is lessened over here. And then coming to the informal organization, Informal organization is the one in which the relationship between the people is based upon, it is purely based on the relationship between the people, and that too it is based on the personal attitudes, emotions, likes, dislikes, etc. Or this is an organization which is not established by any formal authority but arises from the personal and social relations of the people. And here these groups are mainly based or created based on the same taste or language, culture, or some other factor. And these groups are planned, are not pre-planned, but they develop automatically within the organization according to the environment in which they are surviving. So, coming to the characteristic of such an informal organization, it reflects the human relationship. The main important characteristic of informal organization is that it reflects the relationship. It also arises from the personal and social relation among the people working in the organization. And people cut across the formal channels of communication and communicate among themselves. And the membership of the informal organization is voluntary and it arises spontaneously, not by deliberate or conscious effort. Mm, so it is said to have certain advantages like cooperation will be there and the sense of belonging. Sense of belonging will be there. Plus, there exists a stress-free environment in which the work field is there, and there exists a faster mode of communication. It never waits for someone to communicate the information from a top level to the lower level. And at the same time, it is supposed to have certain drawbacks also, like it is very much affected by the rumors and disturbance will be there in creating the relationship. And due to the informal thing, problems may arise and resistance to get change. So these are the drawbacks regarding the informal organization. In the next session, I will be explaining you how the staffing is done in an effective manner regarding an organization. Thank you all.